Welcome to the July 8th, 2016 edition of Colorado Inside Out Postgame, a special web-exclusive production here on Channel 12. Let's get a quick take on Donald Trump and Sarah Palin opening the Western Conservative Summit back on July 1st. The presumptive Republican candidate spoke to about 2,000 people and repeated his claim that the caucus system in Colorado is rigged. Sarah Palin criticized Republicans who do not support Trump, warning, "You're either with us or against us." Patty Cahoon from Westward, not necessarily conciliatory, centrist, let's bring the party together tones from Sarah Palin, but what did you think of the big speeches from Ms. Palin and Mr. Trump?
Definitely not a kumbaya moment for Colorado, but if Colorado is so rigged, don't you think they could have filled the hall for Donald Trump somehow by giving away a few tickets? I mean, he was talking about the empty, no, he wasn't talking about the empty seats. He was talking about all the people. Well, you could tell it was not full by any means. I was actually watching long distance and it was like watching a train wreck. Sarah Palin was, well, pretty much what we've come to expect from Sarah Palin. But really, do you have to beat up the Colorado conservatives who didn't happen to want to support Donald Trump? I mean, that Cruz got the majority, well, all the votes at the state delegation. Still, if you're trying to bring people together, she could have not gone on the attack against them. Donald Trump was really pretty incoherent and long-winded. I mean, he did the rigged thing. He talked about we're going to be winning so much that Colorado's going to be sick of winning. And as I said earlier, I was just pretty sick at the end of that, of listening to that whole speech.
Craig Silverman, attorney and a radio talk show host at KNUS. The Western Conservative Summit, we talked about in the show, was a brainchild and founded by Bill Armstrong and the Centennial Institute at Colorado Christian University. It's become a big deal. Frankly, he wanted to build a Western version of CPAC, and he has. It's a big, big conference. This was a great opportunity for Donald Trump and Sarah Palin to make a significant message. This is a couple weeks before the convention. You have Colorado, which still should be a swing state. You have a lot of conservatives from a variety of angles here at the summit. This could have been an opportunity. It seems like the opportunity slipped through their fingers. What do you think?
Total wasted opportunity by Trump. Palin was okay. I sort of like her style because she's always got a smile on her face and she has a new message. It's not always the same shtick. And I like her direct attack against jihad and Sharia and all that. She came up with that new expression, Republicans against Trump, R-A-T, rat. So that was memorable, but Trump did zero for Colorado except tell us how rigged everything is. He didn't talk about the Broncos. He could have talked about oil and gas or something that would have interested. He made no effort to be conciliatory with Coloradans there. The room was about half full. Now, you had to pay money to get in there, but I agree with Patty. They should have found a way, but there's Donald Trump acting like it's the biggest crowd in the world. It makes me suspicious when he says it in other venues. Maybe he gets 30,000 in Alabama, but I think he's going to have real big problems winning Colorado unless something dramatic happens. I think he'd be wise to embrace Darryl Trump and vice versa because, Darryl Glenn, because if those two, Darryl Glenn and Donald Trump, just the visual image is good, and it could help Darryl Glenn, who's an underdog, and help Donald Trump, who right now is a decided underdog in Colorado.
Political analyst Eric Sonderman joins us. Eric, when I guess when I see the kind of language after the primary is over, this is when you're supposed to get the Big Ten, get at the very least, the party together. If you're not embracing independents and Democrats yet as Republican, fine, but trying to bring your tent together, and the person introducing you is saying you're either with us or against us, and uses an acronym of RAT as this some sort of like Martin Scorsese movie. I'm waiting for Ray Liotta to come out and say who's ratting me out. It was lunacy to me, but maybe I'm overreacting. What was your reaction?
I don't know what I'm supposed to say. You've stolen everything. You've stolen everything from me, Dominic. I mean, per the question and per the previous comments, you know, we're somehow shocked that Sarah Palin and Donald Trump underperformed. I mean, these are people who've underperformed for most of their political life, and in Donald's case, for other parts of his life. memo to Donald Trump. You have the nomination. You are the presumptive nominee. You are, as we tape here, roughly 12 or 13 days away from standing on the stage in Cleveland and accepting the nomination. Act like the nominee. Heal the party if you have any, he's still running like a candidate in the early caucus and primary states of trying to divide and conquer. You're past that stage. You need to unite and conquer. Now, that is not his strategy, but more importantly, it might not be in his personal makeup. It just might not be there, that's who he is, and that's what he is up to. As I said on the air, I am of the mind that Colorado, in this cycle, not forever, but in this cycle, that we're really not a purple state. There will be contested races. The Mike Coffman, Morgan Carroll race will be hotly contested. Some legislative battles will be hotly contested. But the two top of the ticket races, president and U.S. Senate, I do not think will be highly targeted by national parties or highly contested. And then you have to, we didn't touch on it in the show or here, but this was also the week, if that wasn't depressing enough, of the Hillary and the, what I regard as not a criminal indictment, but a character indictment on her. And you have to look at this presidential race, and if you are not incredibly depressed and distressed that this is what it has come to, you're not paying attention.
I imagine a lot of I Love Lucy and Andy Griffith reruns were viewed this week, just for the kind of depression level of what you'll see on real TV. Political activist Justine Sandoval rounds out our panel today. When you see these speeches at a major, it's a conservative summit. They're not supposed to be completely open to, again, independents and Democrats, but it still seemed like a missed opportunity to at least unify Colorado Republicans, which could still be a force. I mean, we're still talking about a third of Colorado's electorate, but it just didn't seem to get there. What do you think?
Absolutely. I think what happened here by Donald Trump was definitely a missed opportunity to win over skeptical Coloradans. Colorado sometimes, to me, will have a very libertarian feel. There's not exactly a loyalty to either party, and you have a chance in Colorado to win over voters. And this was the largest gathering of conservatives outside of D.C., and an opportunity for him to unite the party, and he definitely did not do that. So I think that, it's definitely a missed opportunity. As far as Sarah Palin, just Sarah Palin. And I'm not sure how many people were exactly inside of the convention center. I'm pretty sure there were more people outside of the convention center protesting Donald Trump than there were inside to actually listen to him.
That's a good point. We forgot about the protesters outside. That was a more interesting part of the circus. That is all the time we have for Colorado Inside Out postgame this week. Leave us a comment and tell us what you think. For everyone here at CPT12.org, I'm Dominic Dezzutti. Thanks for watching.